Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? This is the Casey and Jeff show. We here on Monday. Reason why we here on Monday because I got some personal business. I don't want to get in all to that, but Casey knows, so we'll just keep it between me and Casey. Plus, it's Thanksgiving Thursday, so um, we got a lot to talk about. This show here, we talk about rumors. We do our picks. We talk about fantasy football. We got a hot game tonight. Some people said it could be like Super Bowl matchup, or it could be, one of the hottest games. We got the Kansas City and the Rams tonight. So, and then we got Thursday game. We got three Thursday games, and I think we got three Thursday games. We're gonna talk about them, and we got all of them are division games. So they're gonna go down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. Um, First of all, we're gonna get into the rumors like we always do. Um, no, we're not gonna talk about Le'Veon Bell. That's past and beyond present. So that's done. Uh, well, the Washington Redskins lost their starting quarterback. What's his name? I forgot his
Alex
name.
Smith.
Alex Smith. Sorry, man. I forgot your name, Alex Smith. We call you check down Alex over here on the Cowboys side. They lost Alex Smith and they got Colt McCoy, old Longhorn. I used to like Colt McCoy when he was with the Texas Longhorns. And then the Washington today, I didn't mention to Casey, but he's about to find out for the first time. Washington went out and signed Mark Sanchez. Y'all remember the butt fumble guy? And then remember he was with Dallas and they put him in the game after Tony Romo threw his last touchdown pass at Dallas. And Mark Sanchez threw two interceptions to third string backups in Philly. Yeah, Mark Sanchez. Yeah, come on, play for Washington Redskins. Welcoming you in. You gonna have a butt fumble with us. Well, come on. Yeah. So you got anything to add with them signing Sanchez?
No, no. I just laugh about that because yes, Sanchez is another one of those USC guys that was a bust. So yes, like I said, the old USC doesn't guarantee you're going to be a success in the NFL.
Yeah. Let's see another rumor. What else did I find out? I found out Gronk. He might. I think he's coming back Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Gronkowski. He's not the same Gronk no more. He's been hurt, injuries. The guy is 6'6", I think like 280, and you that big and that long. Just think, I'm just gonna use basketball reference. Just think when LeBron James take it to the hole, y'all he's getting hacked and grabbed and all that. So I know Mr. Casey hopes Gronk comes back. He's on his fantasy football team and produce. So he might be back Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls. Gronk. Is this gonna be Gronk's last year? I think Gronk is. To me, I think Gronk will play as long as Brady will play because if y'all don't remember, Belichick tried to trade Gronk last year and he
Hmm.
said hell no. He said he would retire if they trade him. So, you got anything to add to that, Casey, or anything?
Not really. Yeah, I do. I was aware that they tried to trade Gronk, but yeah, I hope honestly, I hope this is Brady's last year because anytime because some people agree with this, some people don't. But I at this point in the NFL, I believe the games were fixed. Because I think, and they push Brady every year, which is why whenever it's kind of unsettling for me whenever I mean because I used to do a three teams with a friend of mine of who we think is going to be in the Super Bowl, and I would pick the Patriots every year, and and be right most times. That sets up a red flag. So yeah, because they're not that good. unless, I mean, Brady's a good quarterback, no doubt about it. You can't take that away from him. But are they so good that he dominates the league? I don't think so. So I want to see somebody else in the Super Bowl. I want to see Brady gone. So that's my feeling.
All right. Another. Let's see. Another rumor was. We already talked about. I think we talked about the Saints. They signed Brandon Marshall. He was on the sideline last night in the game. We talked about. I guess we talked about what he can bring to the Saints. So Saints are dangerous now, ladies and gentlemen. They're like the best team in the NFL. Maybe the Rams or Kansas City have something to say, but we already know the Rams already lost to the Saints. So uh, and Kansas City might have something to say to me. I'm not a Kansas City fan, but maybe they have something to say tonight about the Saints being the best team. Everybody talking about the Saints now. So we that's pretty much the rumors. We about to get into what games shocked us. I always let Kasey go first. I know it's going to be a lot on his mind. A lot of games shocked me. Like yesterday, like I said, yesterday was the battle of the upsets yesterday because it was just like, wow, this team won, and that team won. Yeah, so another thing is before I get hand the reign over to Kasey, it was a rumor Mike McCarthy, the Green Bay coach, is on the hot seat, so he might get fired if Green Bay keep losing because they're not going to get rid of Aaron Rodgers. So um, I'm thinking Mike McCarthy might be out the door. So, but yeah, let's get into what shocked us. Kasey's gonna take it over. What you got, Kasey?
Firstly, the Pittsburgh Jacksonville, how close the game was, shocked me because Jacksonville has been free falling, and Pittsburgh's been on a roll, and they still had to come back and win. Um, Carolina, Detroit. Now, Detroit's been one of those teams like been kind of been inconsistent. So you're thinking, okay, Carolina's going to go into Detroit and beat them. Now, they did the same thing that Tennessee did with the Chargers a few years, or not a few years back, a few weeks back. Went for two to try to win the game instead of tying the game, which I understand that call because you're on the road. You want to pull out a road win. At home, they say go ahead and kick the extra point and take your chances in overtime. But uh, but yeah, the so that shocked me. I'm trying to think how bad Andy destroyed Tennessee shocked me. I thought Tennessee was a good team. I thought they were going to go in and beat Indy. I wasn't sold on Indy, even though I like Andrew Luck. They and But they've started to right the ship a little bit. And if you're looking for a spoiler, I know there were Colts fans on NFL's site that's saying that they thought that the Colts were going to make the playoffs and that Andrew Luck was going to be comeback player of the year. Could happen. Yeah, now that Indy's won three in a row, Houston like could have a horseshoe problem, but no. But How one-sided the Philadelphia New Orleans game was shocked me. I didn't think Philly could beat New Orleans, but I thought that they'd show up and make the game at least competitive. Well, they like Jeff and I were talking about before the show. Philly gave up. They uh, they just they just kind of lost heart in that game. Let's see. Tampa Giants really didn't shock me too much because both like both of them are bad, but the Giants proved they're less bad. I don't I, I don't know how that's working, but anyway. Let's see. Another game that shocked me. Oakland beating Arizona shocked me. Oakland had been tanking. I mean, like they hadn't had a victory sighting since Cleveland, and then or a victory sighting since Cleveland. Then they go and beat Arizona in the desert. Now, those who know me, that being a Broncos fan, of what I'm about to say is going to shock you. The Broncos beating the Chargers shocked me. Yeah, Denver's had one of their not so good years this year. Um, their defense holds in, but their offense has not impressed me. And for them to go in and beat the Chargers the way that they did was like, I mean, that was a shocker. Um, and that's really all I had. Now we'll give this over to my partner Jeff.
Yeah, I might probably pin it back off of some of them games he was talking about. I was shocked with Carolina and Detroit. I mean, one, you don't trust your defense to kick a field goal after you scored a touchdown, and thinking you're going to get a stop and going to overtime. Well, the coach for Carolina said he was trying to play to win the game because just don't lie. Just say you didn't have faith in your field goal kicker because he missed the extra point. I mean, we all see it on your face. So I'm calling you out, um, Carolina's coach. Don't lie to the media. Just be real about what how you felt about it. I mean, like Cam Newton said, he trusts me to win the game, and I got to do better. Well, Cam, you must have forgot how to run because you're a big guy. What, he's 6'5" and maybe go 250, 255. You could have punched that in there by yourself. Because it was only a three-man rush. Everybody was content back there. You could have ran in there. You're supposed to be Superman. So that's what shocked me. Detroit beating Carolina, and Detroit has beaten New England, Green Bay, now Carolina at home. So Detroit. Um, Another game kind of uh it didn't really shock me. I was just shocked by the many rushing yards of Baltimore and Cincinnati. The Lamar Jackson as a quarterback, you shouldn't be running 27 times for 117 yards. I understand during the week they didn't know that Joe Flacco wasn't going to play until I think it was Saturday, and then they put you in the offense, and they didn't have no plays called for you because the only plays they had called for you was like gadget plays. And if you guys don't know what gadget plays, that means like if you got a speedy like wide receiver or speedy running back, like Cordell Stewart, if y'all remember him in Pittsburgh, where they brought him in and then they gave him reverse, and he would sometimes throw it or whatever, or just gadget plays. They had him, so I guess he was so used to, well, if the pass is not there, I'm gonna take off and run. So yeah, don't run that much, man. You're gonna end up hurting your career. The New Orleans and Philly game was that was a beat down of the century. I mean, that's it. They said that was the worst that a defending Super Bowl champion got beat down, and they just gave up. They knew they was. I think they knew they was outmatched when uh, they were up. The Saints was up 17-7. It went from 17-7 to the end of the game 48-7. Now Sean Payton and that 4th and 6 call, I mean, I don't know if it was right or not. Me and Kasey, we debated about it, but I it's kind of rubbing it in, rubbing some their flesh wounds that you opened up on them. So, but some people say Philly, this should be a wake up call, but I was looking at Philly's schedule, and they they still have this week they got the Giants, and the Giants on the 2-game winning streak. Next week they have Washington, so that's another division game, and that's on a Monday night. And then they have Dallas in Dallas, and the way Dallas's defense has been playing, I think Dallas could win that game. and then Philadelphia's at the Rams. You know the Rams gonna probably put it on them, and then Philadelphia. Um, they play Houston, and Houston looking real good. They on a 7 game win streak. And then I guess the last game of the season, I think they end up playing Washington again. So Philly is looking kind of glim. But the NFC East division is wide open. But me and Casey, I think he picked Dallas too, along with me. Um, and I think Dallas is the ball's in Dallas court if they want it. So the division's in Dallas court if they want it. So another game. I won't make this too long. Sorry, it's dragging out. Jacksonville, what's up, man? You was up 16-0 on Pittsburgh, and you let them come back because you talked a little trash before the game, and then it got underneath Ben Roethlisberger's skin. He said number 50. The linebacker kept saying, "Dude, you just threw it through." You just threw an interception. And he was like, kept reminding me, he kept throwing interceptions. So Ben Roethlisberger, he threw 3 interceptions. Jameis Ramsey, he got 2 of them. That dude's pretty good. He was covering not Odell Beckham. He's covering AB Antonio Brown. So um, the Denver and the Chargers game, I think the Chargers got lazy. Um, they made a lot of careless mistakes, and then Denver capitalized on it. And plus, it's an in division game. That's Dallas and Atlanta. I was kind of nervous about this game. I did pick Dallas, and I think Casey did too. I was kind of nervous that Julio Jones and the rest of those wide receivers were they were they were gonna give Dallas some fits, but they didn't because they only scored 6 points in the first half, and then they only scored 1 touchdown. Atlanta only scored one touchdown the whole game, and that was the Julio Jones, and then Dallas ended up winning. Like I told Casey, Dallas realized they have Ezekiel Elliott. They found Zeke. It's like where's Waddle, but where's Zeke? But they found Zeke, and then Zeke is the one to make the engine go. He's the one to take the pressure off of Dak Prescott because Dak is not a pocket passer, ladies and gentlemen. Dak is when Zeke is going and Dak can open up the play action pass. He's on the money. So enough with that game. And like I said, we got the game tonight, Kansas City and LA. That's going to be a good game. The head scratcher was this is the last game I'm gonna say it shocked me. Green Bay was up 21, I think I want to say
17.
17 at halftime, and then they only scored 3 points in the second half. These guys are no good on the road. I don't know if McCarthy's calling bad plays or what, but he might be on his way out the doors, ladies and gentlemen. For you Green Bay Packers fans, I know my friend Jared, our friend Jared, I know he's saying, "Whoa, it was me with this Green Bay's um, team. They're not good on the road, if you play them in their stadium, they'll beat you down. But if they go on the road, they're not as good. So yeah, that kind of filled on me. But yeah, that's all what shocked us. Now we're gonna get into the picks. Like I said, we got 3 Thanksgiving Day games that get you full, make you pass out and wake up. So the first game we got old school rivalry here. We got Detroit. We got Chicago at Detroit. We got the Monsters of the Midway versus the Detroit team coming off a good win against Carolina. Can it last? We don't know. So we're gonna ask Casey, who you got?
When the first time these guys played, the Bears won by 12, and I thought, okay, based on just based on what happened, I thought, I mean, yeah, Mitchell Trubisky had a good game, but I thought, okay, the Lions are going to get him in Detroit. But something a friend of mine told me was that Cody Parkey missed 4 field goals, and so the game was not even as close as what the score indicated. So with the Bears defense the way that it is, I am still going with Chicago in this one, even though it's on Thanksgiving. The pick could come back and bite me since Detroit's on a few game Thanksgiving winning streak. But I think the Bears go in and win this one.
This one is, both of these teams are going to play each other hard, but excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, Chicago's got the better defense. And they said defense win games, and I think their defense will win this game. I think Chicago will come into Detroit and spoil their gobble gobble. So I got Chicago beating Detroit. Should be a tight game, but I just think Chicago's defense is a little better. Then we got the old school rivalry. We got the Indians and the Cowboys. This is this game is for the marbles. This game is, if the Dallas Cowboys beat Washington, Dallas is in first place. And if Washington loses or beats the Cowboys, we'll find out if the Cowboys want to win the division right here. And if Washington wins, then Washington will stay in first place. But this game is going to be a hard game. Colt McCoy, he's no slouch. I mean, he's been in the league for a while. He hasn't played in 2 years, they said. So we'll see what happens. This is a short week. Zeke had a full day of carries on Sunday. Said he's ready to go. Um, Casey, who you got in this Cowboys and Washington and the Cowboys trying to fight over the turkey, or who came over here to get the land of Thanksgiving? Who you got? You got to spice it up sometimes.
Jeff never ceases to amaze me as far as making me laugh. He's very he's very creative, and it's like he's kind of like, yeah, don't think that I say he is the Rock, because the Rock does the same thing. It's like just pulls something out of thin air. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just say this, and it turns out to be funny. But no, personally, the
Okay.
Cowboys are a different team than what they were a few weeks ago. Why do I say years ago? It seems like years. But anyway,
Yeah,
um,
23 years, no
a
championship.
few a few weeks ago when the Cowboys got beat in Washington, they've got their heart back. They're figuring out to hand the ball to number 21. Um, so and with no Alex Smith, I think this game would have been better if Alex Smith was still in. But nothing against Colt McCoy, he is good. But go when your first full game is against a high quality defense. Well, the Texans had a high quality defense too, but it's gonna be, and on a short week, I think Dallas wins this game.
This is gonna be a tough game. I expect it to go down to the wire. I'm going with Dallas. Their backs against the wall. Dallas's backs against the wall because every game is a must-win game for them. If they want to control this division. Washington, I figure it's a short week. They might have a Alex Smith hangover that he got hurt, and Colt McCoy ain't played in 2 years, but Colt McCoy is. I remember one time in 2014 he beat us. He It was in overtime. It was 20-17. He came to Dallas and beat us. Tony Romo got hurt, and then somebody came in and threw a touchdown, and Tony Romo, I guess they said that he acted like he didn't want to lose his job. I mean, I wouldn't think he would lose his job, so he came back in and tried to gut it out, but ended up causing us the loss. So this is back in 2014. It was on a Monday night. So Colt McCoy beat us. So we got to get revenge on Colt on that game, and then we got to get revenge on earlier last month of the season. So I got Dallas. Now we got another division games, ladies and gentlemen. We got Atlanta, the Dirty Birds. They ain't so dirty right now. Coming to New Orleans, the hottest team in the NFL. Well, one of the hottest teams in the NFL. This game could get ugly. Atlanta's defense is not that good. Um, New Orleans is clicking on all cylinders. offense and defense. They can run the ball. You could pretty much do anything to Atlanta's defense. Um, but what do I know? This is a division game. Anything can happen. Saints is on a 9-game winning, 8 game or 9. I think they're
Yeah,
not
9 games.
9 winning streak. They could lose, but we're gonna ask Kasey, man, who you got in the Silver Dome?
The Falcons' best chance is if Tevin Coleman can run the ball and keep breezing that offense off the field because they are clicking on all cylinders. If you get Matt Ryan is good and yeah he can put up a lot of points in a hurry. There's no question about that. But they don't have the weapons to handle New Orleans, and I personally think even if the Falcons are able to run the ball, I think it'll probably be closer. But will they beat New Orleans in New Orleans? I don't think so. I got the Saints.
I'm going when the Saints go marching in. And the Saints go marching in.
Oh Lord, I want to
To
be
be
in
the
that number
number.
when
The
the
Saints
Saints
go
go
marching
marching.
in.
See, you
Marching
got
in.
the Casey and Jeff singing now.
Mm.
So there you go. An added bonus to this show.
Oh, I don't wanna be Atlanta Falcons when
When
the
the Saints
Saints
go
go
marching.
marching.
One more time. No.
We have a little fun on the show, y'all. I'm going with the Saints. You see how we went sung the song. We don't want to be Atlanta. So yeah, I think if Atlanta loses this game, Atlanta's out of it. I don't think because Atlanta went turned 4-6 yesterday, so they'll be 4-7 if they lose this game. So I think they'll be out of the playoff race. Um, we got the double C game. We got Cleveland. They're coming off a bye, and they're going against Cincinnati. Now Cincinnati, they have fallen off the map. They started off 3-0 at the time, and then they started losing, and then they started losing a game here and there, and then now they're 5-5. I think they're 5-5. Um, they haven't had AJ Green for the last 2 games. He's been hurt, so maybe they get him back. But Cleveland has been playing some good football. They got a solid defense. They got a run game, and then they got a decent quarterback. Yeah, from the boy from Oklahoma. So we'll see. We're gonna go to Kasey, man. Who you got in these double C's?
I'm looking. They played. Didn't they play on Thursday Night Football? It's
You talking about Cleveland?
Cleveland and Cincinnati.
Recently?
I'm trying to look back. No, it was just that Cleveland played on Thursday Night Football. But no, I got Cincinnati on this one. I think Cleveland's defense is good. They've won 3 more games than what they did last year. Props to y'all, but Cincinnati is just a little bit better. I got the Bengals.
This gonna be our first difference, y'all. I'm going Cleveland. I like LeBron James said when he won the championship in Cleveland. Cleveland, we did it. Well, Cleveland, get out there and do it. So get out there and make a name for yourself, guys. I mean, you guys went through a hell of a years. I mean, head coach after head coach, quarterback after quarterback, firing, not having a good defense, not having a run game. It's been years. Jim Brown is not going to walk through that door and save you guys. So Cleveland, get out there and do it. So I got Cleveland. So it's our first difference. Yeah, or Bernie Kosar, yeah. So that's the battle of the big double C's. Now we got a game. It's kind of iffy to me. We got Jacksonville almost beating the Steelers, going against Buffalo. Buffalo's coming off a bye now. Buffalo won their game last a week like 2 weeks ago. I'll say 2 weeks ago. Um, and Buffalo's kind of shocking some people. I mean, they play good defense, but the question is their quarterback play. That's the biggest question because Buffalo beat the Jets. The Jets is not playing well too. So both of these teams are bad, Buffalo and Jacksonville. So Casey, man, is it gonna be Saxonville or is it gonna be Buffalo Wild Wings? Who you got?
I honestly don't know why, other than Jacksonville going into cold weather. But I think it's going to be wings, beer, sports, Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Bills win by field goal.
This might be our other difference. I'm going Jacksonville. I say Jacksonville, they did pretty good running the ball and they play pretty good defense. I just think Pittsburgh is way 10 times better than Buffalo. So I'm going Jacksonville. So that's our other difference. I'm going Saxonville, put it that way, over the Buffalo Wild Wings. So we got another division game coming up. Be a good one. And we got Miami. They were coming off a bye too against Indianapolis. Indianapolis has been looking good. You know, they haven't really played nobody, but they played Tennessee, but they haven't really played Indianapolis haven't really played nobody, but they played Tennessee, so I guess they're kind of legit. So we got Miami coming to Indianapolis and against Andrew Luck. So is he gonna get lucky against the flipper he called Miami? So Casey, man, who you got?
Flipper doesn't swim in the RCA dome. He's they if this game was at Miami, it would probably be different. But I got the Colts winning this game. They're riding high. They they're looking better. A 3 game winning streak. I think the winning streak continues at home.
I'm going Indy too, and I don't mean the race car race. So I'm going Indy. Uh, I think Andrew Luck he's probably gonna get the comeback player of the year award. Um, I see I see good things coming in his future. They got that offensive line going. I haven't really watched them play, so I don't know about the run game, but I guess defense playing well. So Indy, I got Indy. So now we're looking towards we have to talk about these pesky Patriots. They coming off a bye. They got all healed up, so maybe they can make a run. Maybe they're going against their rival, the New York Jets, that just are not playing up to par, like they just gave up on the season or gave up on their coach. So, Casey, you got these pesky. Remember they he's like old pesky rabbit, be very quiet. You got the New England pesky ant New England, or you got I gave up on my coach New York Jets. Who you got?
Shh. Be very quiet. I'm hunting Wadies. No, but he's gonna be he's gonna be just sly enough to escape for this week. I got the Patriots. They yeah, Darnold's not good enough to beat Brady.
How'd you guys like that Irma Fuddy did? Yeah, so I got the Patriots too because I just think the Jets, man. What's the deal with the Jets? They never get better. They just get worse by the year. I just like what's the deal having a draft class if you're not going to draft to get better? So long as as long as TB12 is in that division, you guys might as well put the women and children in bed and go looking for dinner, cause he ain't leaving no time soon unless he gets put on the shelf. Then we got a good matchup here. We got a team that was struggling in the beginning of the year, and now they trying to come on strong because their wide receiver said they can run the table. And then we got another team that's just struggling. I mean, it seemed like they had too many drinks and just can't get over the hangover. So we got the New York Giants coming into Philly, and it's a division game. Philly is banged up and hurt, and the Giants feel like if they can protect Eli, Eli can carve you up. So, Casey, man, who you got in this fiasco game? The Giants or Philly?
I was just looking at the Giants' schedule and who they played. They beat the Niners, who are subpar. They're not as good as you thought they would be with Jimmy Garoppolo going down. And they come back and beat them, and then you play a Tampa Bay team who's not not really good. And Philly got destroyed by a New Orleans team that's good. Then a Cowboys team that had their hearts ripped out of them on the game against the Titans on Monday night, and they said, you know what, no, we ain't having that no more. And so the last two games, they've Eagles have lost to quality opponents. The Giants lost to not quality opponents. Actually, no, the Giants beaten not quality opponents. Sorry. Um, I'm going to say Eagles by a field goal.
Man, this is a head scratcher. I kind of want Philly to lose because I don't want them. I mean, they could get back in this division because I mean the NFC is wide open, folks, wide open. So I'm gonna go out on a limb. I said the Giants will beat them. I said remember the remember the little Giants. They had to face the Cowboys. So the little Giants ain't so little no more. They're not playing so little, but I think they can beat Philly. Philly got too many injuries, so I know this is a game at home, and excuse me, and I know Philly after that that got taken to the shed and got a butt whooping for acting out of line. I think the Giants will beat them. Now we got Oakland coming off a win against Baltimore, and they're coming off a win. So we got chaos in Oakland because Derek Carr was arguing with John Gruden, and then we got Baltimore don't run my quarterback so much. So Casey, choir minds want to know who you got.
I got the Ravens in this one. This one's not a head scratcher to me because Oakland's just not that good, and even if the Ravens run the ball with other people and their passing is not that good, their defense is good enough to beat the Raiders. I got Baltimore.
I got Baltimore too. I think Baltimore will beat them. Oakland ain't that good, so I think uh, I think Baltimore will get it. Now we got a good one here. We got Seattle coming off a big win against Green Bay against Carolina that I'm just dumbfounded by. Why not go in overtime? So Carolina's need a win because they done lost two games in a row. So and it's in Carolina, so and you can never excuse me, you can never count out Russell Wilson. So Casey, man, who you got?
I like Seattle as far as the fact that they're playing with a lot of grit. They're playing with a lot of heart. Um, but Carolina has a really good defense, and I don't think the game is going to be a blowout. I think Russell Wilson is going to make plays. but I don't. But I think Cam Newton makes one more. I got Carolina by a field goal.
I'm going Carolina too. They need this win. They they're gonna let a lot of ground slip in that division, and um, they beat some quality teams, but still they might have the tiebreaker over. But you still don't want to lose ground because the playoffs can be here in the blink of an eye, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going Carolina too. Then we got a game like who cares? Let's let's just play and we none of us win so we can get the first round pick. So we got San Francisco at Tampa Bay. Now, Tampa Bay's got a terrible defense and the team's just terrible. San Francisco a little better, even though they got beat last week. Um, not they got beat 2 weeks ago because they were on a bye. So so we who we got in this San Francisco or Tampa Bay, Casey? Who you got, man? It's just head scratcher for me. Not really though, but
I think with is Fitzpatrick going to start? Or is it going to be
no,
Jameis
James
Winston?
James Winston.
49ers. The reason he laughs.
He
He
didn't
laughs because it's that simple.
he didn't hesitate.
Because to me, um, even though Fitzpatrick had a bad game last week against the Giants, he gives you guys a better chance. Jameis Winston, he's played decent at times, but most of the time not really. So I got San Francisco in this game.
I got San Francisco too. Rice Roni, that San Francisco treat. So yeah, I got Rice Roni boys. San Francisco treat. So I'm going San Francisco. Now we got a game. Arizona, they coming off a little heartbreak loss because they were in the lead for a while. They played the LA Chargers coming off a heartbreak loss too. Man, Casey, who you got?
The Chargers. I don't see. I don't see them losing two home games in a row, especially now that I mean, they let that game get away. They were up 19-14 when I saw because I had to work,
Yeah.
and they let that one get away. And I think they're gonna be mad. I think they're gonna put it on the Cardinals. I got L.A.
I got LA too. I got the Chargers, the powder, that powder blue guy. I got them. So um, then we got like a little doozy for you guys. We got a little. We got Pittsburgh coming off. Well, they're not coming off. Pittsburgh been on a win streak for a while, ladies and gentlemen. They coming off Denver, and it's in Mile High, and Denver's coming off a big divisional game, and Chubbs and what's the other guy you guys got? I can't see his name.
Von Miller.
Von Miller. I'm losing my head, y'all. That's why I'm getting that surgery because the sickness I have is costing me not to remember stuff. So Von Miller. Um, those two guys are really good, and they've been locking people up. And Von Miller got a interception yesterday that changed the game around. And the rookie Chubbs is, I think he's got nine sacks on the year as a rookie, so he could be up for rookie of the year. So, um, Casey, man, who you got? You got the Pittsburgh, uh, or you got the Denver? You got the Mile High Club, or you got the Pittsburgh Steelers?
You know,
Reptiles.
I want Denver to win, but my biggest thing is, are they going to be able to score enough points? Because you know that because Big Ben is one of those quarterbacks that you can hit him a few times, you could even rattle him, but he's a tough minded quarterback. He'll uh, he'll will his team to win a lot of times, and it's like take Jacksonville for example, down 20, like down 16 to nothing. And now they were talking smack, and Von Miller and Chubb aren't two people to talk smack really, but he willed his willed their team to win when nothing was going right. Um, so I think Denver's defense has got enough to keep the game close, keep the game interesting, to where you're watching at the um watching just looking at like, can they win? Can they win? Can they win? And but it's kind of like an arm wrestling match where you got defense but not much offense. It's going to be kind of like that. I think Pittsburgh wins.
I got Pittsburgh too. Uh, I think I think I think it's going to be a tough game, and I think it's going to be maybe kind of close, but Pittsburgh pull away towards the end. Then we got a good game, ladies. Well, I don't know. I don't know if you want to call it a good game, but we got Green Bay that can't win on the road at Minnesota, coming off a game where I think they're probably kind of a little PO. This game, last game, it ended in a tie. So what's the second act? So Act One ended in a tie. Second act, where it's gonna end up? So Casey, man, who you got? You got those guys that can't win on the road, or you got those purple eating monsters?
I got the monsters that can eat kryptonite. I I don't. This game will not end in a tie. I think the Vikings defense is going to get to them, and I think Rodgers throws a key interception late, and the Vikings hold on to the win.
I'm going Minnesota too. I think it's a lot of dysfunctional going on in Green Bay. I mean, they Jimmy Graham got hurt last Thursday. I guess he broke his finger or something like that. Devontae Adams, that's pretty much who they got. Uh, Randall Cobb, I haven't really seen him this year. I guess he's been hurt a lot, and they're going with these rookies. Uh, Aaron Rodgers is getting frustrated. He's throwing the ball in the dirt a lot. He's throwing the ball away a lot because he's taking pressure. The run game is okay, not really okay, but what do you know? He never really had a run game. Um, yeah, Green Bay is kind of falling down. So yeah, I got Minnesota. Then we got a good matchup. Monday night, we got a division game. Both teams looked at red hot, but Houston stayed red hot. Tennessee lost. So we got um, Tennessee at Houston. Should be a good game. Casey, man, who you got this next Monday night? Well, this Monday coming up. Next Monday, yeah.
I like the Titans as far as like they're playing with a lot more grit, but Texans are just red hot. Watson's doing enough to help them win, and Clowney and Watt. Yeah, it's like Watson. Easy to get confused unless you remember the son. Sup, son? No, but anyway, but no. I got the Texans in this one. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout, but I think the Texans will win by a touchdown.
I got Houston too. I think that Houston, yeah, they're doing it, man. They Houston, that division, they can always sneak in there. So um, next week, Kansas City and the Rams is on a bye. Um, we still playing fantasy football. I would tell y'all who's versus who, but I don't remember. Um, but we still, since we're here on Monday, we won't know until tomorrow. So, well, good luck whoever's playing who, and I could be in second place tonight, or I could drop down below Casey and be in fourth place. So, because right now I'm in third. So, um, we like to tell you guys happy Thanksgiving. You guys be safe out there on Black Friday. Um, don't cause no commotion. Don't be Be nice to people out there. If you're not able to get what the gift you're getting, don't push the other person trying to get the gift. Trust me, I know about Black Friday. I worked a lot of them. In retail, I worked at Target, so I know a lot what goes on Black Friday. I know people camp out. I know people as soon as they open those doors, they start running and tripping over stuff, pushing people out the way, fighting people. I understand, but keep it classy, Wichita. I know y'all can keep it classy. Another thing is that sorry we coming to y'all on Monday, but we'll be back next week at our regular time. We should I don't think I have nothing going on, but I think we should be back next week at our regular time on Wednesday. Um I always say God bless and peace and y'all take care and always give Casey the last word and he's gonna give it to you. And like I said, happy Thanksgiving. Hope y'all have a good one. Enjoy your families. Take care.
Okay, a couple quick things. One, as far as our picks go, I am I hit the century mark with yesterday's win, the Sunday night. So I'm at 158-2. Jeff is 94, 64-2. So he's 6 games back right now as far as the season goes. I did get the championship back. If you smell, no, but but yeah, the with 3 differences this week with the Giants versus Eagles, Jaguars and Bills, and Browns and Bengals. Yep, it looks like I picked the home team. He picked the road team. We've it's gonna be on the line for next week. Lastly, something that I say every week and it's worth reiterating. We encourage the y'all to watch us and enjoy the show and even make comments, but please make it respectful. Everyone has their opinion on what they think is going to happen. I mean, predictions are exactly that. They're predictions. They can be right or wrong. So just keep it respectful. Don't insult the other people because you won't find out until you watch the game who actually was right. So keep it real. Happy Thanksgiving and God bless you.